Hey familiar, Igni here. Last week I asked you all to design a custom Shadowverse card based around some classic horror monsters. Let's see what you came up with. First up, one from Shade 2002 here. Suspicious Shiting. 1 play point Dragoncraft spell. Shuffle the Loch Ness monster into your deck. Loch Ness monster, 7 play point 4/8. Invocation: if your opponent would deal damage to your leader that exceeds your current defense, put this card from your deck into play and deal half the damage to this follower and half to a random enemy follower. Your leader takes no damage. Well, first of all, I kind of take umbrage with the idea that Loch Ness monster is a horror monster. It's more of a cryptid than anything, right? And some grammar stuff like capitalization, but otherwise it's a pretty cool idea. The fact that you have this good boyo coming out of your deck to defend you and tank a hit. It seems like it seems like a Dragoncraft theme, but we haven't really seen much of it yet, right? You know, big boys tanking stuff. Like Zoe's kind of the same way, but Zoe's also a downside as well. I don't know, it's interesting. I like it a lot. And you know, Dragon has a lot of sea creatures already, so you know, what's one more? Here's some from Ixalia. Now this is what I'm talking about. Classic horror stuff. Werewolves, man. Lycanthropy. Bloodcraft spell, 4 play point. Transform a follower into a blood wolf. I like that, you know? It's kind of like a Fall from Grace, but you can put it on your own guy to just get him in a turn. It has that dual use, right? You can curse an enemy follower and make it easier to deal with, or just make your board go to his face. So Disguised Werewolf, 1 play point 1/1, Bloodcraft silver follower. If an allied or enemy Blood Moon is in play, transform this follower into a Blood Wolf. Again, with the whole werewolf, blood wolf thing. Hopefully this would make, you know, Waltz a little cooler and more playable. I don't know though. I feel like Waltz and Blood Moon in general kind of got done dirty, where they were good for just like a little bit, and then they were very not good after that. It's just too slow now, right? Game's too fast, but this could make it a little cooler. I don't know. I'm a fan. Here's one from David Gavrin. I was asking for classic horror monsters, and you guys just give me more anime. What'd I expect? What I freaking expect. Ooh, I really like this one from Ambrose here. Impending Doom, Shadowcraft Legendary Amulet, 6 play points. Invocation: when you perform a burial rite and an allied Impending Doom is not in play, put an Impending Doom from your deck into play. At the end of your turn, if you activated at least 6 burial rites in this match, have exactly 6 play points, banish this card and summon a Cthulhu. Cthulhu is a big dude that can't be damaged, really, and it can also ignore people's wards, which is pretty sick. But when you evolve, it actually loses all these other effects, and then you have to sort of make your Hail Mary then. It's interesting. I think the big follower itself, as just a reward, is, you know, it's fine, and it's a good payoff, but what really gets me about this one is the interesting activation conditions for the amulet itself. I feel like Burial Rite does have a lot of unexplored design space. Right now it's really just used to, you know, or it was to enable reanimate stuff. But really specific conditions like this, and you know, the whole number of the beast 666 thing with the impending doom. I get it, I see you. Horror movie stuff. It's cool. Here's a submission from Tiago, inspired by the Hearthstone Halloween event. Man, Hearthstone and Blizzard in general has some really amazing art in their games sometimes, hey? Ward, 6 play point 4/5, has Spell Taunt, and last word summon a Horseman head, which deals 2 damage to a random enemy follower on last words, and it can attack when evolved. I like it. This seems like one of those followers that would be released in a vanilla release of a card game. You know what I mean? It's just a solid body with ward, has an upside. The spell taunt thing feels like an effect that we should utilize a little bit more. It feels like there isn't enough of that. Maybe not too much, because that'd get annoying. But it'd be nice to have ways to just play around your opponent having these powerful spells and killing you with them every time. Here's a card by Fausty. Happy Halloween, Igni. Thanks. A bit late now, frankly. Like the 4th of November, but... Frankenstein's Lab. At the start of your turn, if at least 5 allied followers have been destroyed in this match, put a Frankenstein's Lab from your deck into play. At the end of your turn, perform Necromancy 3, summon a Frankenstein. I like this whole flavor here, is that you're stitching together your dead friends to make a big monster. Which is horrifying, but that's kind of the point. And Frankenstein, 4 play point 2/4. This should be... monster, right? Whenever this follower attacks, deal 1 damage to a random enemy follower. Last words, gain 2 shadows. Just a solid guy, but you know, the fact that you generate him all the time for free, pretty nice. Definitely a pretty good arena card, I think. for sure. Pixel Chew is the monster of the swamp. You can't trick me. This is Man-Thing from Marvel Comics. Ambush. Whenever an enemy follower attacks your leader, deal 2 damage to that follower. That's like a big owl bear-like monster mixed with, what's it called? Man-eating mangrove, hey? Though flavor-wise it fits Forest Craft, but it's not particularly super innovative. This one I like a lot more for the effect. Grey Widower, Pixel Chew, 5.53 Bane. Whenever an enemy follower is destroyed, summon a Grey Widower. That seems like it could be really annoying if you don't deal with it fast, especially if they evolve it and run into your thing. It's like it's kind of like a better, what's it called? The one I revealed, Serpent Drake. It's big. Maybe not better because it doesn't, synergize with PDK or whatever, but, similar effect and horrifying art. Let's see what you did there. Subscribe to the second channel! Do it! You see the legend and do it yourself. Ryder with another Lovecraftian tale, the Dunwich horror. Portalcraft, 8play.55. Ambush, can't attack. Whenever an allied follower comes into play, banish that follower and gain +1/+1. At the start of your turn, evolve this follower if this follower has at least 13 attack. So flavor-wise, it's hitting all those nice points, Ambush because it's invisible. And can't attack, I guess, because it was, stuck in a barn for most of its life, I don't know. And then the whole banishing thing is, feeding it cattle. And then when it's at 13 attack, this follower loses ambush and can attack. Remove all changes to this follower's attack and defense and gain last words. If this follower has at least 15 attack, you win the match. Damn! So it's one of those things where if it gets too big, it's gonna unleash an unseen evil upon the world or something, Yogg-Sothoth or something. I like it. You've managed to port over a lot of the flavor of the story into the card. The only thing is that I can see him clearly. Come on now. Should be just a black screen here instead. Jeremy Yaya here with, I like the idea of a Chimera card that just interacts with all the other Chimera cards. Because it's building up, There's quite a few now. I don't like the idea that we're gonna get regular sized Chimera back in rotation with this card, so I'd rather not have that. But I like the family of Chimera cards. It's starting to become a thing where you can actually build cards around it, apparently. And for the more horror submission from Jeremy here, at the Flying Dutchman, hell yeah. 8play.38 for Shadowcraft. Rush, Clash, summon a Pirate Skeleton. Pirate Skeleton is a 3play.21 with Rush, Clash, summon a Pirate Skeleton. Last word, summon a skeleton. Holy smokes. That sounds annoying. To be fair, it does come after all of the, kill turns that Shadow has with, turn 7 Guild Release or what have you, but still. I'm just a little offended on behalf of Zombie Buccaneer when he wasn't good enough. Rifuki, I think you're kind of confused here, man. This is not a horror monster. This is a Pokemon. Although I'm pretty happy for more lock cards, so can't complain. Here's one from Zaven. When I said creature from the Black Lagoon, I meant more like this guy, less like a character from the anime Black Lagoon. But I appreciate the enthusiasm. Destroy an enemy follower and deal 1 damage to your leader, and you get a body with it. That seems pretty good. Last words, destroy all followers and deal 1 damage to your leader X times. X is equal to the nut of destroyed followers. So it's like another board clear, hey? For blood, but a little slower of a board clear. Compared to the Evil Eye Demon. And I wish Control Blow was still a thing, man. I really do. Here's another one from Drenzen. As if I didn't need to be spooked anyway into conceding when they have Ann Sorcery or Giant Chimera. This is just overkill, man. The biggest buff to ruin of all time. He also has a more serious submission here with Death's Ambassador, Shadowcraft 5.33, which burial rights your entire hand, discards the rest, and gains +2/+2 for each time you did it, and gains Storm on Evolve if you cast Burial Rite at least 6 times this turn. I like the idea of this, man. I like the Burial Rite synergy, again, exploring the Burial Rite design space that I feel has been underutilized so far. I don't know what's gonna come in future expansions, at least. It's a cool idea, but I do wish that you were a bit more diligent in the quality of your text. Like, this should be capitalized. This should have the evolve keyword in front of it. Make it look as official as possible, Agent Gaming with tons of cards for this theme, but I gotta give a shout out to... Oh, are you always making the images so much bigger, man? I gotta zoom out every time. Gotta give a shout out to the card that references the other Cygames property here, Zombieland Saga. I actually haven't seen the anime yet, but It looks pretty fun. I'm not a huge idol anime guy, but I might actually watch this one. Randomly summon 3 of the following, and it's the characters from the anime. Enhance 8, summon 5 instead, then transform your leader into Kotaro Tatsumi, the producer character. And then all of them are here. They've all got different effects. And the leader, when Kotaro is the leader, all your Franchocho followers gain +1/+1 when in play. It's cute. Classic horror movie, Alien. I was about to refute that, but I guess I can't. I guess Alien is a classic horror movie at this point, hey? Xenomorph. 6.35 rush. Does damage, give it Bane, and attack twice per turn. That seems really solid already. Evolve, summon a Facehugger. The Facehugger, ambush, flash, give the enemy follower the following effect. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to this follower, and last word, summon an enemy Xenomorph. Damn. That's a good flavor, right? Like, it's inside ya, doing that damage to you, and then pops out an alien. Super gross. It's part of why Alien is so uncomfortable. But there you go. I think you've translated the flavor well. The one thing that doesn't really carry over here is the acid blood of the alien, right? But you know, I guess you can't give one card too many things. Oh no, wait, no, the Bane is the acid blood, I guess. Oh, that's cool. You figured it out. In a similar vein, here's one from Custom Card Alice. I like this one a lot. Core Parasite. 3.01 ambush. Clash. Give the enemy follower the following effect. Whenever this follower attacks, transform it into a core infected. Last word, summon an allied core parasite. So you're kind of trading parasites back and forth. That's a really gross sentence. I should not have said that. Here's what I got after a few hours trying to think of a horror sword creature. Well, I appreciate making a creature that isn't for shadow or blood. Angel of Music, 6.33. Ambush, at the end of your turn, randomly select the weakest enemy follower. It can attack next turn. Last words, destroy the weakest enemy follower, but only when it's evolved. At the end of your turn, randomly select the weakest enemy follower. It can't attack next turn. Does it lose ambush when it evolves? I guess it does. Engage the last words instead. I'm not sure if Phantom of the Opera is a horror monster. I guess it could be, right? I mean, it's a phantom. Phantoms are scary. It targets the weakest of the enemy followers, which I don't know if it's a dig at Christine or what, but you know, props for making one for sword and not for blood or shadow. I enjoyed that. And I think that's where we'll leave off today. Thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to check out the hashtag CCW Horror to see all the cards that I couldn't cover in the video. Thank you guys so much for submitting. And now, for next week's challenge. It's November, it's the 11th month. 11, you know? Who needs Omen of the 10 when 11 is better? Design a card that has the number 11 in it. And, you know, bonus points if it's actually balanced. That's it for this video. Like it if you did. Don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Shadowverse content in the very near future. And of course, thank you to my wonderful patrons. Patreon.com/Ignideus. If you'd like to support the channel as well, I would highly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.